guys, Raph. I am playing Grinner, a barbarian human, running from his past as an ex-soldier, now turned mercenary.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a kind of a charismatic Druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
Hi, my name is Josh. I am from the RollTogether RPG stream, and I will be playing Killian Maxwell, a half-elf warlock who has come to Barovia. He was with the party previously but has lost them and has joined up with the Tempest Guild on their adventures.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lost Archives. We are playing Curse of Strahd, the premier D&D 5th edition horror campaign. We are very, very excited to be jumping back into it, especially because we didn't have a session last week. Sorry about that. It's very good to be jumping back in and getting to enjoy the wonderful world of Barovia once more. A few quick announcements before we start. We are missing two of our lovely players. Josh and Jared, Killian and Luther, the characters respectively, are unable to join us tonight, but we do have the four best people here, so I guess it's all okay.
Yay, that's us.
Yeah. We're known as
oh shit, Jacob's here. We've got the three best people and Jacob here. No.
Oh, I thought you meant you four. I thought you were putting yourself in the four.
I actually wasn't, obviously. It's you know what's funny? I realized the other day going back and listening to one of the old Tyranny of Dragons episodes. I used to have, my spiel used to be like, it's not about me, it's about the lovely players who join me each and every week. I'm not sure at what point I dropped that. Probably when I started Curse of Strahd, though.
I reckon it was this one, yeah.
I think it was. So yeah, I will play the characters of Killian and Luther for tonight's stream. Obviously, as you all know, I try not to play player characters very much at all. So if Killian and Luther are taking a bit of a backseat during the session, that is why. It's because their players are not here to play them. In other exciting news, the trailer for the Netflix Avatar series dropped recently. Looks really good. I'm fighting so hard to not get swept up by the hype train, but it keeps
it's
delivering.
Not really good M. Night Shyamalan's one, but
yeah, we don't talk about that. Should we talk about that?
What, you're saying I should go back and watch that?
Do you know what? We did joke about watching it as a watch party, getting the Avatar Legends crew together and watching the M. Night Shyamalan one as a... it's also mandatory to say his name is Shyamalan. Getting everyone together to watch it as a watch party and just taking a huge dump on it for the solid... How long? What's its runtime? Hour and 30? Probably. Too long. But I've really tried my hardest to not get excited for the Netflix Avatar series, but it just keeps delivering every step of the way. So really excited. The first episode drops Feb 22nd. We are going to try and have the Avatar crew together to do a bit of a reaction to it before we start our Kyoshi campaign. So yeah, the Kyoshi short campaign is coming really, really soon. I just need to move into my new place. You can't see this because I have the lovely galaxy background behind me, but I am currently holed up in an upstairs room in my parents' house for 3 weeks until I can move into my new house. So once that is done and I have my stuff again, we will be able to start our Avatar series. And yeah, really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. So I'll keep you posted with details very, very soon. Chat wants to know, did Raph buy a PC or something? Nope. You had a PC this whole time, didn't you, Raph?
I've had a laptop that has struggled to survive, but so far so good. But no, I've moved into a new place. I have a big boy desk now in my big boy room with stars on the wall.
And a rocket ship, I note.
And a rocket ship. I've moved into a child's room whose name was Matthew, apparently, so I'm in the Raphew room now.
Raphew room.
And I'm still trying to get permission to take the fucking stickers off the wall, but you'll see, I don't know if you can see, but there's a moon in the background that legit has Matthew in it. So that's where I am. But I've got my desk in my big boy room, so that's fun. Now I can actually sit up and not be in fucking bed while we play, which is good.
It does mean, as chat have pointed out, that every time you laugh, your whole screen won't start shaking.
Exactly, yeah.
To be honest, I really enjoyed, actually. It always gave me like immediate visual feedback that you were enjoying yourself. Now I've got nothing. I have to rely on you laughing. So that's the only fun announcements we have to share. We do have two people with brand new backgrounds, Jacob and Raph. Jacob obviously is also in a brand new house as well.
Hey!
He had some spooky lighting on his face before. I wish he'd gone back to it. I quite enjoyed that.
Well, that's for the After Dark version, okay?
What about the disco light? Can you set that one up again?
That's just the normal overhead light. That's what happens when when they
one
don't
of the
fix
switches. We should say for for people who might not be aware, one of the switches in Jacob's new house, when he turns it on, causes one of the lights to strobe. It is not a deliberate effect. We all recommended that Jacob go give it a bit of a poke with a screwdriver just to be sure it's safe. But I think he's going to save that for the After Dark session as well.
Light up the room, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
One last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll stick with the lamp for now.
Which is a shame, because I thought method acting for Tithla would have been really good if he could actually have the crispy skin to match it, but we'll have to wait.
We'll wait. I've already done, the green body paint. Why do we have to commit to more realness?
How long did that take to come off again?
Honestly, it came off that night. It was like one big sheet. It's like you could have stuck it on the wall and it was just my face.
That's really upsetting.
Yeah. Somehow that's more upsetting than Shrock. I don't know how.
Shrock's pretty upsetting.
Shrock's pretty upsetting. All right. No more lollygagging. Let us begin.
No, slightly more lollygagging. Can confirm Owen never said for our campaign that it's about the players. Just went back and listened to the opening for the first episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I stopped it for Curse of Strahd. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now no lollygagging.
Let us do the recap. We will jump straight back into the session and got some good fun things planned for tonight. So, previously, our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild. Theo, Luther, Jonor, Grinner, Tithla, and newcomer Killian, an adventurer from a distant land. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team have been travelling west in search of an escape. Arriving in the village of Kresk after taking a little detour while escorting the last surviving children of the Wachter house to the nearby abbey for healing, the party have found themselves high up on the nearby mountain ranges. Taking a small detour to Kresk via the Wizard of Wine's vineyard, the team followed the wooded path towards the village. Along the way, they bumped into an old acquaintance, Damien, an elven hunter they had previously travelled and camped with. Seeming surprised to find the party in the area, Damien revealed he had been hunting werewolves, and his reason for leaving the team before had been to lead the pack away from the party. After failing to find anything suspicious in Damien's words or behaviour, Killian decided to take a closer look at this individual using his eyes of the grave, revealing Damien to be an undead. With this final piece of information, Luther realised Damien was actually Strahd in disguise, calling out and revealing this to the entire party. After some back and forth, Grinner and Killian found themselves taking heavy damage, having insulted Strahd to his face. When Killian spat in Strahd's face, a brief but intense combat broke out, resulting in Killian falling briefly to a terrible bite wound in his neck. Luckily, Jonor and Tithla were able to calm the situation down, giving Grinner a chance to throw Strahd off with some strangely insightful comments. A bargain now struck, Strahd departed the group, promising to check in on them again soon. All of this having taken place outside the gates of Kresk, the team found themselves drawing the attention of the local guard. With a less than warm welcome into the town of Kresk, led by a group of soldiers and a Sergeant Gavel, a grizzled man with a ragged eye patch over his left eye, the team had a brief discussion over how to proceed next. deciding to first stop by You've infected me with Johan with your goddamn pronunciation. Deciding to briefly stop by Johan Martikov's inn, the party learned little of actual use and began their climb up the mountainside. Arriving at the gates of the Abbey, the team were greeted by two misshapen humanoid forms, Otto and Siegfried, two mongrel folk who reside within the walls. After confirming they were here for healing and posed no threat to the monastery or its inhabitants, the two mongrel folk led the team into the Abbey courtyard. After a short wait, in which the team discovered strange sheds containing insane mongrel folk nearby, the Abbot emerged from within the main hall. A tall, human-looking male with a bald head and slightly alien features, Theo quickly deduced the Abbot was likely a being not dissimilar to his understanding of the Archfey. Inviting the group inside, we left off as the team entered the main hall, the Abbot promising to heal Tithla and Killian. And that is where we left off last session. As all of you enter into the main hall, you can see the large stone walls rising high above the ceiling, easily 20 feet above you, vaulted wooden beams holding aloft these aged and slightly rotten wooden timbers from high above. Music seems to be drifting down from above, and you can see a wooden spiral staircase leading up towards the floor above and a stone spiral staircase leading down to the floor below. There were also some stained glass windows, mostly intact, which showed a series of events, a sickness sweeping across the land and a figure curing it. You can see Killian seems a bit lost in thought as he stares at this beautiful stained glass mosaic window. While he is doing that, I hand over to the four of you. The Abbot, standing there, hands crossed, watching Killian with interest as he stares at the gorgeous mosaics, and then he turns his attention back to all of you. Oh, well, the Abbey has seen better days, but the stained glass windows are a treat for the eyes, for the senses, I find.
Yes, they are very beautiful windows. Why have you not kept up maintenance for the rest of the Abbey, however?
I have done my best to ensure the Abbey is in working order, but you must understand, my attention is drawn between a number of avenues. I have to work hard to maintain a number of the patients that we keep here, some of which are beyond my strength to heal fully, some requiring a prolonged treatment. And there are other projects as well that... And you watch as he sort of looks off into the middle distance, zoning out again.
You have other projects?
Yes, the stained glass windows are rather beautiful in here. And... no, I already said that. Yes, I already said that, didn't I?
I thought we were discussing your extra projects beyond the patients and the maintenance of the Abbey.
Ah, yes, there are other projects that take my attention as well.
Such as?
Well, to understand how the body functions, to understand disease, you must first understand a normal, healthy human body. So I have spent some time in the study of this.
Tithla has her notebook out and is taking notes on trying to improve her healing.
Well, yes, our crispy friend here is something of a healer herself. I'm sure she would love to hear what you've learned in this manner after you've perhaps fixed her of the disfiguring burns.
Maybe after you help me, I could help you. Maybe just some of you. Would maybe if we work together, we could help some of these other people who need help.
Ah, interesting proposition, my young friend.
Thank you.
There is much that I know about the healing arts, but I would not pretend for a moment that my knowledge is complete, shall we say. I would be most curious to know what you know, to understand what you understand, and to learn from you.
Oh, flattered. Thank you.
But first we must rip off all of that burnt skin, yeah?
Yeah, look, I'm wanting to circle back to that. I'm not sure that we can just take my skin off. From what I understand...
He is the expert. I think we should just trust him on this one.
If you want to suffer horrific scarring that I cannot heal, then yeah, we can leave the skin right where it is. But if you want your beautiful original form back, I must escort you to the patient wing. And we must get to work right away. One of the operating theaters will be prepped.
Of healing things is tearing skin is typically what leads to scarring.
Oh no, not in this case. The skin is already dead, as is the area underneath it. You will notice this patch here. And he pokes a little bit of Tithla's shoulder, and he watches the skin depresses and then slowly refills. Yeah, it is filled with fluid. That must be drained.
Yep, that's me. Like, you're also... Here, watch this.
And she goes over to Grinner and pokes Grinner. And obviously, because Grinner has skin, there's a small dimple that then fills up.
See, like, Grinner's also full of fluid.
Oh, yes, but he's full of a completely different kind of fluid. He's probably
whiskey.
A wine sack at this point.
He is an ambulating wine sack.
You're right, he's quite fermented.
Yeah, look, I might be a little bit pickled. I don't think I'm the best option for poking. And just go with the bloke, Tithla. He clearly knows what he's on about.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
The tall one with the
die,
scars. You say that you have pickled yourself, no?
Oh well, I mean it's kind of an expression, I suppose. I've done a lot of drinking over the years, and it's probably not very healthy. Come to think of it.
One new liver, as he pulls out a notebook and starts writing down.
Sorry, what's that? What do you
will
mean?
require a new liver.
Which one's the liver?
It's in here.
No, it is here. Grinner, he is going to gently press against your lower abdomen. Do you allow this? He does it quite slowly to demonstrate.
I'll allow it, and I dare say it is twice the size of a normal person liver.
Yeah, I was gonna say. As he presses the hand and palpates just below your ribs, you feel a pretty sharp pain, Grinner, even though he's not pressing that hard. And as he gently moves his hand around and feels up just underneath one of your ribs, you watch as the Abbot's eyes begin to glow with a soft golden light, and then his hand begins to sink into Grinner's flesh. A moment later, he slowly withdraws his hand with a piece of this greyish, calcified, slightly fatty-looking tissue, which he then pops in his mouth and chews.
What the fuck?
Yes, quite fatty. End-stage cirrhosis.
You lot saw that? You lot saw that, right? That's you.
No.
You look down, your skin is perfect. There's not a mark on you.
This is like those ghosts all over again.
I was taking a sample of his damaged tissue. It is horrific.
How'd you... What?
Kalima.
And then you ate it?
What?
Yeah, how else was I going to know the exact fat composition and the state of decay of his tissue?
Could you get me a piece? I'd love to try.
You would like a piece?
Well,
I want to learn.
I'm using it.
Grinner slowly goes to put a hand back in you. Do you allow this?
Yeah, but really apprehensively.
He was like, please hold still for just a moment. We'll just reach inside and... here we are. This is from the upper portion of the distal lobe. So he hands it towards you, Tithla. It's a slightly smaller piece.
Tithla wants to put it in her mouth and see what she can determine medically.
That's definitely going to be a constitution saving throw as you eat your fatty liver disease.
And a medicine check?
We'll see how the constitution saving throw goes first. I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched.
That's
a 9.
Ripped off bits of my fucking liver. Am I bleeding inside?
That's a 9. No, you are fine. You are in exactly the same worse shape that you were in before. Tithla, as you begin chewing this, the taste of raw, fatty meat begins to assail your tongue. This is chewy. There's a yep. You find yourself uncontrollably gagging a little bit against this texture, this chewy texture, and there's another flavor as well. This really strong iron flavor. Your liver also stores a lot of your hemoglobin, your iron. So you begin chewing it. There's this intense iron tang
She
in your
starts
mouth.
chewing harder because it's iron. It's harder, right? That's her mind.
I mean,
it would be pretty
the
tough.
dry gagging and retching. You don't throw up, even though it's a 9, but you are close.
Yeah, great. That's
I don't think I don't think it's right. I'm sorry.
and then Tithla's gonna take it out of her mouth.
Wait,
Gr-
didn't taste
Grinner-
healthy.
Grinner, would you like it back now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you put it back?
Okay,
No,
how do I
would
do
not-
it?
No, I would not advise this. This is
Okay, it goes
unhygienic.
back
You have had
orally.
this in your mouth. The saliva, the bacteria from
You're-
your teeth and mouth.
You're absolutely right.
And she wipes it on her shirt, and then she goes to hand it back to Grinner.
All right, it's clean now.
I take it and I just gently put it on the floor. Grinner's really uncertain what to do at this point.
You watch as the
Is
abbot
this-
slowly
Jonah's
watches
gonna-
you. Oh no, sorry, go Tom, you go.
Jonah's gonna have a look at whatever was supposedly pulled out to see if this was some sort of magic trick. He's gonna look at that and look for illusionary magic.
Brilliant. Do you want to make me an Arcana check, please, Jonah?
Presume an Arcana.
Love to see it. 23! Jonor. There is nothing magical about the section of tissue that has been removed from Grinner. But there was definitely magic involved with the removal of that tissue. 100%. The softly glowing eyes, the way in which his hands sunk into Grinner's flesh. Transmutation magic, definitely. It would have to be. To be able to sculpt and mold the flesh in such a way. But you think this was real. Whatever this creature is in human form, it possesses powerful magic. Power to reshape flesh.
I
think Jonah's.
Oh, no, you go, Tom.
I was just going to describe Jonah would be fairly perplexed and shocked by that. But looking at it, seems legit, written over his face, and he's a bit stunned.
Mr. Abbott, we had some friends who would have arrived earlier. Stella and the other one walked there.
Ah, Stella and Nikolai. Yeah?
This is the one, yes.
They
course,
are
and
already
we-
in the patient wing.
Both of them.
Interesting case, Stella. Well, Nikolai refused to leave his sister, and I did encourage him to stay the night. It would have been unwise to make the trip down the mountain in the dark.
No,
But
naturally.
his sister, interesting case. Clearly madness of some sorts, but her cause seems like some strong magic. Very interesting, very interesting.
Yes, I believe it is a teleportation circle gone wrong.
Ah, yeah, the brother did mention that, Nikolai.
Yes,
Can't you just reach in and poke the right area and get a ticket again?
massage
No,
the boobs.
The brain is far too delicate, and plus we're already removing your liver, so there is no harm taking bits of it.
That's
Well-
fair.
All right.
Wait, quick question. Why do we have to remove the liver?
And she's there with her notepad.
Oh, the liver has been atrociously cared for. There are signs of end-stage damage. Clearly, this liver has been asked to purify blood of toxins, most likely alcohol, but I would say other drugs have been used as well, yeah?
Could you give it an upgrade? Does it have to be another just normal one, or can you jazz it up with a sieve or something? You say it's got to filter out shit. Just throw a fucking coffee filter in there or something.
Oh, I could give you a rather boring human liver, but such a thing is not as efficient. No. I was going to give you the liver from some sort of larger animal. I was thinking maybe something like a cow or a bull. Much larger, much more able to tolerate.
Is that going to stick out or something?
There may be some slight distending of the stomach and upper thorax, but nothing too disfiguring.
I mean, if his liver's already bulging at the moment, what's the size difference of what he has got to what he will get? Is that...
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I am yet to see how well the human body adapts to such radical adjustments. It shall be interesting for both of us to learn, yeah?
I mean, look, if you could reach inside and just pull bits out, I'm open to it, I guess, but Well, can I have something a bit more fun though? Like, what about owlbear? Could you throw an owlbear liver in or something like that?
Unfortunately, my stock of owlbear livers is rather small. There are very, very few of these creatures in these lands. I'm not sure if there are any of these creatures within these lands. But if you're looking for something with a bit more bite, it sounds like you're after, yeah?
Well, I mean, I don't know what a liver does, except you just said that it filters blood bits. So, I mean, do you have to put a liver back? Why not just throw, I don't know, some fucking cheesecloth in there or something?
I can tell you are going to be very amenable as a patient to my experimentation. I am very happy with this. Yeah, this is very good. Good.
Yeah, I'm on borrowed time as it is. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's
I'm
wonderful.
sorry.
Wunderbar. Your assessment of your life and your valuation of it is perfect for what I need. Wunderbar.
Grinner, I just want to interrupt here a second. He has said the word experiment 3 times now.
I don't know what that is.
It means just test, trial and error, see how you go. Give it a crack.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
all those times that you say, hey, we're going to try and jump over this stream, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't?
Well, yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with getting a little wet?
What? Because in this case, I think a little bit wet would be you dead.
What?
If such a tragedy were to occur, I would reverse it.
Oh, well, there you go. He just snaps his fingers and I'm not dead no more.
I don't understand this magic healing. I truly have so much to learn.
Please, come with me to my practice. It is just next to the patient wings, yeah?
Oh, sure. On our way, could you explain to me the taking off the skin bit and what you're going to replace it with?
Oh, with pleasure. With that, the abbot turns towards Otto. Otto, if you could be so good as to go back and guard the main gate, yeah?
Yes, Otto will keep an eye out. Such pretty eyes Otto has.
And then Otto sort of shuffles out the door, and as he turns the door and stops, he looks back and goes,
Farewell, until later, friends.
and then
Goodbye,
closes the door.
goodbye, Mr.
My
Otto.
friend,
Gives you a little wave, and then closes the door behind him.
bye.
It does good work, Otto. Keenness. It is not something I have found a way to surgically graft to my servants yet, but he has shown keenness in large volumes. If I could find a way to copy it or somehow duplicate his keenness. Problems for another time. Please, come. I will take you to the patient wings and your friends, the Voctors, yeah?
Yeah.
This would be good, yes.
With that, he begins leading you upstairs.
Just as we do that,
Hiya.
just before we leave the room, I want to eye off the stained glass.
Yeah.
2 questions for you. First one, is it a scene from somewhere that I would recognize? Is it somewhere here in this demi-plane that I would know? And second question, you said there was a figure that looked like he was doing some magic healy bits. Is it clearly the abbot?
No, it looks nothing like the abbot. It's a woman for a start. In terms of somewhere you recognize, could you roll me a history check, please, Grinner?
You bet I can. Oh, -1. Hell yeah. Oh, it's not coming across. It's a 9. Let me fix that.
It's a
Why is that
9.
not working?
Nine's okay. As you look at the scene, Grinner, you've got no idea. There's the rolling
Why would
hills
you
in the
leave with
background.
9's okay?
One of the cities. Well, because you can see the scene. It looks great. But
Could be worse.
you've got no idea. I mean, clearly the Abbey is in there, and you can see that it's the Abbey, but it looks like it's mostly built in the stained glass window, or maybe it's a smaller version of it. Hard to say.
But in a different location?
It's not on the side of a mountain. Somewhere else. Amidst these
Nice.
rolling hills and open fields and a small wooded forest in the distance.
Cool.
And the sun's shining brightly. It could be here, but when the sun's shining, but you haven't seen the sunshine here, so hard to say. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Perfect.
Mr.
Yeah.
Abbott,
Yeah.
I did not want to assume, but do you charge a fee for healing my friends here?
Just things that are required to keep the Abbey running, the costs, and if people are unable to pay with
with goods or services. I find ways to get to come to an arrangement. Yeah. For example, your friend here, at the cost of replacing his liver. Normally, I would have charged some gold for that, or maybe asked for some supplies in exchange. But my research is invaluable, so I'm willing to waive the cost because I want to see what will happen with this liver that I have acquired recently. I've been wondering what to do with this corpse, but the liver will be good. I will use the liver.
And for the skin on the goblin?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna circle back there.
Yeah.
The corpse that you've acquired recently.
Yes, a
Can we
lycanthrope.
expound there a touch, please?
Yes, there was a lycanthrope that was found in the woods not too far from here. And I have extracted some organs of interest. I was wondering how these organs would function, whether they have been afflicted with a change. Lycanthropes are multi-formed creatures. So I will extract the liver, which I think is part way into transforming into that of a wolf. And I will implant that and see what happens. Yeah, see? I knew you would.
That sounds fun. What do you mean transforming, though?
Nothing to worry about. Lycanthropes. Change.
Transform means change from like one thing to another.
Yeah, no, I know that, but what's a lycanthrope?
So it's like when they're telling stories, and it's like one of those like things that's like, oh, that always happens in that kind of story. That's a trope. So it's something like that.
Oh, right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go on, then. Let's do it.
The abbot is going to nod at this. Tithla explains it.
I guess that is one explanation. Yeah. If you're already so amenable to the replacement of a liver, perhaps a spleen? Oh, what about the eyes? The eyes, these ones are much more designed for nocturnal use, I imagine. Maybe that would be good to know. I have yet to see if eyes are transferable in such a way.
Wait, what happens if they're not transferable, though?
You will be blind.
Oh, no, thanks. I need to be able to see. I'm sure we can find something else, though.
Just maybe Otto's eyes? Did you give Otto better eyes? He was raving about him just a moment ago.
Otto's eyes? I did not give them to him in the same way that I am planning to give your friend here his liver, but it is not a dissimilar process.
Wait, what? You did you make all those freaks out there?
No. Please, we do not use that word within these halls. Yeah? Freaks is not a nice word.
All right. You get the drift, though, right? Did you what?
No.
You stitch them together or something?
It is a curse that has been spread.
Why'd you do that?
No. I did not do this. I have taken care of these people, but in my efforts to cure this curse, to break its influence, to understand it, I have played around with the magic involved within it, yeah? And so I have shaped some of the forms, because sometimes they are born without the ability to breathe, yeah? A baby born with gills instead of lungs. Not good up on mountain. So I have practiced at my practice to help the mongrel folk, as the townspeople of Kresk call them, as best that I can.
All right.
I mean, if you're gonna remove play with this curse, I'd be very interested to see how you do it, because I'm kind of interested in removing curses as well. So did you give me a little heads up if you're doing something of that nature?
Yeah, well, my morning rounds often include the asylum, where some of the more mad mongrel folk reside. If you would want to accompany me, I can wake you at first light. You can accompany me on my rounds.
Oh yeah, perfect. Let's in recovery day, yeah, let's do that.
It is a confronting sight for those who are not used to it, but
are they born crazy, or do they just kind of go that way because they're incredibly different looking?
Most of the ones in the asylum are born that way. Yeah, the affliction, yeah, doesn't just impact the physical flesh, the flesh internal. The heart, the kidneys, the lungs, the brain. Yeah, so sometimes the brain does not.
Get in and poke about.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I like to play with the brain tissue to try and cure the madness.
All right.
So far, it has been mixed results.
I had an extra question for you, and I'll point to Killian, who's kind of quietly walking along.
Yeah, Killian's just following along behind, along with Luther.
Our mate here's arm fell off. Can you put another one on?
Yeah, I think we can find something for you.
Killian
Yes,
sort of like starts a little bit, lost in thought, nods and goes, I'll have a think about that, perhaps. I'll let you know. That's it's quite a big decision. I don't want to just jump into that straight away.
I think we probably should decide now so that we
No,
can...
I think the vampire bite. I think the vampire bite will. That's the more pressing issue. I think
Well,
if
it's
we
probably
can.
like a package deal, a 2-for-1.
Yeah, like, you could get a wig or something.
Is it a package deal?
Well, on the
Killian asks.
decision making, at least.
The abbot turns and looks and goes,
No. These would be two separate things. I could do them together, but it's not going to cost any less. Unless, of course, you would let me have a bit of a look inside of you.
Well, what do you decide about that, Killian?
I'm gonna put the brakes on that one too. I think let's deal with the vampire bite, and then I'll make a decision once I've had a chance to recover.
My question: we've sorted out the payment for our friend Grinner and his liver, and potentially other organs. But for the vampire bite and the crispy skin, what would you consider fair payment for this?
Well,
I could give you all of my money if that would help.
Yeah, or you could poke around at some of my other bits and pieces.
Yeah?
No. Why don't we listen to the offer first? And see how
The offering us offers
I
a
like
medical
that offer.
meeting.
That offer is good, yeah? It's very good.
No.
Yeah, I'm down for that. So long as I don't die and nothing bad happens.
I will promise. I promise you will be able to walk out of these halls.
Oh, well, there you go,
Grinner,
lads.
this is my body. I would like to make this choice
All right.
about what we're paying for me to get this, okay?
Of course.
Wait.
I don't want to
pay?
barter your body for my body. It just seems wrong.
Oh, yeah, but it could be a bit of fun.
Well, it could be, but I'd like to sort of explore the other options.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, friend.
What about this bloke? He's half goat. Could you poke around at him for a bit?
I was going to ask, you are not afflicted with the mongrel folk? It is too symmetrical.
Yes, a whole
like
group
a
of my people.
satyr. Yeah?
Yes, this is exactly what I am. Yes. Congratulations. Most people do not know this. Believe
I
me.
am not most people.
No, I'm beginning to pick up on that. The doctors, did they have money to pay for the treatment?
Of course. The son Nikolai paid in advance.
Okay. Because as a side, do still have their lockbox of cash that I stole from their took with the intent to give back to them. From their wagon. But if they have cash, it's good. I'm glad they have sufficient funds.
It only is enough to cover her treatment for the first 2 weeks while she is here, and not enough to cover board. He has offered to work in the gardens with Otto and Siegfried for me, but I may need to make some improvements to him if he is to do the job properly.
I'll be talking to. All right. But yes, for Tithla and the vampire afflicted Killian, what do you consider a fair price?
I will have to examine the patients to see the extent of the injuries, but judging by the look of the vampire bite, it has already had some treatment applied. Yeah,
You're
you have
welcome.
already attempted.
Yes, from our healer here. She's very talented. Like I said, she can learn much from you and you from her.
It is an adequate job, absolutely, to deal with the flesh wounds. I will have a closer look to examine to see if there's anything deeper to reverse the necrotic. Yeah, the grey tissue, the necrotic tissue around the bite.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know how to
doubt.
deal with that yet.
Well, if you want to stay and watch, I'm more than happy to teach you.
Thank you.
But that will take not much of my time.
No,
So I
but
would
let's-
say 50 gold pieces if you have the equivalent.
I can agree to give you all of my money.
I do not want to leave you destitute. That is awful. No, I would not do that. Let us agree on a number, and that way there is no need for you to give
agree
up
at all of my 3
everything
silver.
you have. Ah, yes, I was going to say my other thought might be that you may be lacking in a
Maybe.
heavy purse. Yeah.
Well, I am. Anyway, how much for me?
Nah, your injury is somewhat more significant. It has been quite a while. Yeah?
Yes.
No significant treatment undertaken.
Got a
You can
lot of
see-
dirt into that.
Oh, yeah. Secondary, tertiary,
that
even
was for
quaternary
treatment.
infections. Oh, that was treatment. You were applying.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was what Grinner said to do.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it and get on with it.
Ah, that is the worst thing. You are far worse off for having done that.
Oh.
No, that
Oh,
will
no.
require a lot more treatments and use of some spells and some components which I do not have an overabundance of. No, that will come to about 200 gold pieces.
Well, I could pay the 50. I don't have that rest of that.
Well, that's okay,
Otherwise, we
because-
can come to an agreement. There are things I require sometimes, things that need to be done. Perhaps
No,
there's a
it's okay.
task you could complete.
We all agreed that Killian needed to be healed, and if we could heal me as well, then that'd be cool. But if we can't, I understand.
All right. Well, yeah, we can come to some kind of side quest-based arrangement here for the treatment. But let's get about said treatment first, and then we can work out the thing.
I will need to examine the patients closer. Perhaps the goblin has healed in a way that is more hidden than it appears. Yeah, it might not be as bad as it looks. Because
No,
it
we did
looks...
have a priest look at her first. It used to be much worse, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
really
after
bad.
treatment.
This is after
Yeah.
some pretty good treatment, actually.
Scheisse.
She was pretty fucked.
I couldn't walk. See how I'm walking like this?
And she's like sideways walking with one of her legs.
Way better.
Yeah, this is bad. This is going to be
Look at
fascinating.
how good I am. I can
wonder
move so
if I
fast.
could get all the skin off in one big whoosh, like a tablecloth off a table.
That'd be fun.
That sounds like an owl.
Well,
Then you
we
get
are
the-
here.
you
We
get
have been
the benefits
talking
of
and
skeleton
walking,
race.
and now we are here. As he pulls open the doors. The upstairs section you've walked through seems to be a long corridor, a
Very
balcony overlooking the lower section, doors leading off in all directions. The music coming from one of the doors behind you as he walks past, not really giving it any real attention as he takes you down the corridor. As you open the double doors at the end, you see rows and rows of beds set up in what looks like a rather large, almost like hallway-like room, about 30 feet wide, about 50 feet long, with hospital beds and tables, as well as some chairs arranged along the walls, about 10 on each side. You can see that about 4 of them are occupied. One of them has Stella Wachter lying in it, currently asleep, her brother Nikolai sitting, holding her hand, looking at her and slowly stroking her hair, pulling it back off her head. You can see she's quite feverish, sweating profusely. The other beds are occupied by 2 mongrel folk, these ones looking like bizarre mismatches of feathers, scales, and fur, with interspersed sections of pink and black human skin. And then the last bed, the very far end of the room on the right-hand wall, has another human in it, but no one sits by the side of this bed. Please, come in. You are friends with the Wachters. Perhaps you would like to take beds next to them. Yeah, just try not to disturb Stella while she rests.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so we will put
One second, Abbot.
Oh yeah. Please, my friend.
Do you sort of notice anything that sort of look my way? And Jonor's standing there, sort of like proud, shoulders up. He's not saying that he's Aasimar yet, but he's sort of hoping that he's going to just lead with that. When Theodore was being looked at before as a goat man, Jonor would have been anticipating a comment towards him as well.
Why am I looked out?
As you say this, you watch as the abbot turns and sort of squints through his half-moon spectacles at you, does a full up and down, takes off the spectacles, cleans them, puts them back on, looks, goes,
You look perfectly healthy human. Or humanoid.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Nothing. Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. I'm very healthy. I'm pretty great. But do you know? You mentioned there's there's like angelic type features in this building. Have you heard of Aasimars before?
Aasimar. Ah, the people with angel blood. Blessed, born with holy light. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Well, welcome
do
to the.
you know
Halo
about
Wars.
them? What do you think about them?
The Aasimar.
Okay, no worries. That's fine.
What were we talking about?
Alright.
Sorry, my boy.
We'll just carry on then. That's
No.
okay.
This sounds important. You were talking about the Aasimar.
Look, it's not important. It's not important. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What was that? Sorry.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
you look
I'm just gonna
perfectly
walk away
healthy
from
to me. You look fine.
I'd like to scoot back and pull Jonor a little bit aside while Grinner and Tithla are getting led to the room. He glue a similar color to you when your wings come out. I don't think the Abbot is a human himself.
Yeah, the grabbing livers is a good clue to that one. He's some extreme sorcerer wizard dude.
Well, I mean, you can have extreme sorcerer wizard dudes, as you say, as like humans and regular people can be that, but I think he is much more. He reminds me of something of a fae, but not quite. Something more gold glowy, perhaps. I'm not sure what he would be, but I just thought maybe with that knowledge and your background, maybe perhaps you would know what he is and how dangerous he could be.
Yeah. When I think back to my learnings in college days, I'm going to try a history check. Or is a history
Absolutely,
appropriate
yeah.
here,
I'd say history or arcana, your choice, Jonor. And given that your
which one
area
is
of
it?
study is specifically the study of good and evil, you may have advantage on this roll.
Let's go. And I think it's more historical, to be fair.
Perfect. Let's get a history check then, with advantage.
Lousy.
That's a 9 and a 10. We'll take the 10.
With plus
Jonor.
7 to it.
We go on the arcana, but
Jonor, I mean, you've read about the many divine beings. I mean, obviously, there are many types of creatures that are known as divines. Kirin, for example, are almost fox, deer-like divine creatures that roam the astral seas, the astral space, and the Elysium fields, the realm of the gods and the divines. But there are others, humanoid-looking. Angels, for want of a better word. You've heard them called by other names as well, and there's lots of different types. But at the moment, you're really struggling to recall that information. Struggling to put a name to whatever the Abbot might be. It's hard to recall. I'd say maybe most of your research recently has been on the evil side, devils and demons. Yeah.
Look, Theo, it's been a while. I'm not back in my home study territory. I can't think what he is. We'll have to keep a bit of a lookout on this one, I think.
it's fine. I was just hoping you knew, then we could have more information. But that's fun. He seems to be helping us at the moment, and as long as Tithla gets her skin back, and I mean, I didn't think we were here to heal Grinner, but all of a sudden we are. He apparently had terminal liver disease, so hopefully all ends well.
Vengeance. Better than cure, right?
Yeah.
While the two of you are chatting, Grinner and Tithla, the Abbot has continued to walk into the room and led you to the bed next to the Wachters. As he approaches Nikolai Wachter, you watch as Nikolai sort of starts and looks up, sees the Abbot, gives a little half smile and nods, and then turns and sees the two of you. His eyes go wide, his eyebrows shoot up, and he goes, "Oh, my goodness! You are here. You are safe. Hello,
All right, go.
my friends."
How's it going, mate?
Well, not very well. My guards have not arrived with the wagon. They were supposed to be just half a day behind us to go and pick up some wine from the Wizards of Wines, but they're not here. The rest of our money, the rest of our clothing, it's all not here. You haven't seen them by any chance? I'm sorry we left you behind. I felt so bad, but my sister was worsening, and we'd made that agreement that if you took too long, I'd carry on.
Yeah, don't even worry about that, mate. Yeah, we
I have been worrying about that.
We did come across your cart and your men.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, not just the cart, wasn't it?
Well, we came across a few of the people. Well, we come across a few.
I would say a portion of the crew.
Yeah, we came across a portion of him. I think that's a good way to put it. There's nothing that you can do about it. So best
They're
move
in a
on.
better place.
There were 6 guards. What happened?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, and now there's about 12 half guards, I would say.
What happened?
But that's okay because
They were just going to the winery to pick up some wine.
Well, this place is a little bit. Yeah. Look, they're dead. They're dead. The cart's broken, and most of your stuff's gone.
Do you know who attacked them, or what attacked them?
Yeah, some big plant. We killed it. Don't worry.
We got him.
Yeah, but a lot of your guards attacked us too. Actually, come to think of it, but we
what?
But it wasn't really them.
No, we double killed them. Don't worry, they were already.
It was like the plants, them, not really them. It's okay. Look, why don't we move on?
No, absolutely not. What about there was a lockbox in the wagon?
Oh no, we got that.
At that point, I recovered this for you. We thought you might need it. We were unable to bring your clothes. I'm sorry for the loss of your guards, but the winery was quite dangerous.
No,
but we thought you would need this.
Yes, thank you. The lockbox is more than anything else. Thank you so much. That is
more than 6 people's lives.
No. I am more than the clothes. I am devastated to have lost so many men and women in our employ.
We didn't know their names. What were their names?
He lists all the names of all the guards.
Oh, great, thank you.
I'm just devastated to have lost them. All of them, and he lists the names again for you, Tithla.
And she's just
Yeah,
writing
that's
them
right.
down.
Fuck you. If you're a DM and you don't want to have to deal with this bullshit, that's how you do it.
And that means that now Jacob gets to make up the names.
And they're all horrible.
I think I might list the names.
And that
I'm happy for you
is
to.
how you bully your DM.
No. Well, I'm devastated to have lost our guards, but Tithla described some sort of plant thing attacking them, and then Grinner said he killed them again. What happened? Someone who actually will explain it.
Yes, there was a creature known as the corpse flower. It has the ability to take corpses and sort of puppeteers them.
Is this a real thing? I've never heard of this before.
Well, it's not anymore. We killed it.
But yes, it's a real.
Have you heard of? Do you know what druids are?
Yeah, of course.
Druids are usually pretty
Yes,
nice, right?
Not in my experience. The druids here are territorial and brutal.
Kind of dicks.
Yeah, well, when they sort of
feast on flesh.
Yeah, just imagine that they do what they want with nature and get possessive and powerful, and that's the creature they spawn.
They created this. They attacked the cart. The druids.
Yeah, that's what the wine bloke said.
But so the vineyard was fine, but my cart and my guards were killed.
Yeah, kind of like a booby trap.
Yeah.
Was this targeted, or was we just unlucky?
I think it was very unfortunate.
Oh my god, I'm so grateful that I decided to take Stella on ahead.
Why did you just decide to do this?
So we were at the turnoff. Her condition was starting to worsen, and we bumped into this man.
Damien?
He didn't say his name. Seemed like a hunter of some sorts.
Damien.
Did he have an animal?
Damien.
No animals with him that I saw.
Yeah, right.
Did he act very friendly, like he would, say, stays the night when he agreed to, and then maybe you'd wake up in the morning and he'd not be there?
Yeah, especially after he promised he would stay and you'd be best friends.
I can't comment on any of that. But he did provide directions, and when when we explained about our situation, I mean, I didn't know how far away we were from the town or how far away we were from the winery, and I was obviously worried about my sister. But when he sort of explained how close we were to Kresk and that it was within walking distance, I decided that Stella and I would go on ahead, and he walked with us for part of the way, kept us company, and kept an eye out.
Did he take you out and show you how to make arrows and then break your heart?
No, to both of them.
If it's the bloke that I think you're talking about, we know him, and it turns out that that's just another face of.
What's his name?
What?
I think he knows.
That's right.
We know him now. Yes, he's.
Oh yeah, he
Zarovich.
Yeah, it's a Strahd
As you
bloke.
say the name Strahd von Zarovich, you watch as the abbot, who was bringing a glass of water over to Stella, drops the glass, and as it shatters on the ground, he goes completely still and slowly turns towards you.
So no, we're not friends with him. It's all right.
I will not have that name spoken within these walls.
I tried to tell
You
them.
understand me?
It's okay. Consider it understood.
You don't like him either.
We will not discuss anything to do with that man.
All right.
I don't want to be a stickler for the rules, but the vampire bite that we're trying to get looked after was from him. So, like, that would be talking about something to do with that man. So I'm just wondering if that's okay. Or...
He freezes, looks at Killian, and then goes,
genuine.
"This was inflicted upon you by him.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Cannot.
we shoot him off.
I cannot heal you."
You
I'm
can't
sorry.
or you won't.
Yes.
No,
What
so
if I
that was
give
an
you this
ignore.
magic bean? The best eating you'll have.
A what?
Magic bean.
Show me.
I get out one of my beans from a bag of beans.
He holds out his hand. May I?
Yep. Fuck.
Takes one of the
I think
magic
you're
beans,
supposed to eat him.
holds up to the light. Interesting. This is a concentration of wild magic, housed within an exterior of chlorophyll, cellular walls. Fascinating.
I will give you this if you heal our friend. And we will not speak of any more of what was and wasn't done and by who and wasn't who.
This would be adequate compensation for healing both your friend, for healing your burns, for covering all of your expenses here.
And the kids.
And the kids?
No, we already gave them money, so they can pay.
Yeah, but
the
he's having to work
Voctus.
in the gardens.
This-
No, he's got a lockbox. He got ball cash now.
This would cover the Voctus. If you wish to cover them under this, I can cover the Voctus under this. You watch as Nikolai places a hand on your shoulder, Tithla, and goes, thank you so much, Tithla.
And you will hear the bite?
This would be an act against him. You already said that he would.
No. As far as we know, it's just Damien bit him.
Yeah. Daimar sucks.
As we see on the bite.
Would this
Okay.
count as acting against him? Would this count? He clearly bit your friend with intention for him to turn, but he has not turned, and I doubt that he would let such a thing fare. No, this is not right. He begins to rub at his bald head. You watch as his demeanor changes completely.
If he was biting him with the intent to change him, then he would be changing or
He would
changed.
be changed.
He
yes,
clearly
he would
didn't
not-
have that intention.
He wanted us to live and get healed so we could... He has other plans for us. He does not want us in danger.
Yeah,
He
he
said he
invited
wants-
us to dinner in like 4 days.
But if his plan is for you to... If he has plans for you, you are from out... You Outlanders, yeah? You are not from here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You had the smell.
There was
On the
smell
bite,
Faerun
then
on you. You are clearly not from here, but this is from his plans, and I cannot work against it. But if I don't heal you, and his plan was for you to come here, then I am working against him. You have
What,
put
he-
me in a bind. You understand?
Yeah,
Not really.
I do. And it is okay. You can resolve it by healing him and taking the bean. And then if he asks, just say, you thought we were joking, because there's no ways that 5 weirdos like us could have survived getting bitten by someone like him. It was
Yeah,
entirely implausible. We were just boasting.
that's right. I yelled at him and he ran away. That doesn't happen.
No,
No.
we are just
That does
boasting.
not happen. That is. And he. Did she lead you here? Did he direct you here?
He
No.
reaches down and grabs Grinner, and he lifts you up by the cuff of your shirt up into the air,
Whatever
holds you
gets
close.
them healed
Did
is
he
what he
lead you
did.
here? Did he tell you to come here?
No, we didn't. We were on the road, and we ran into him. And we worked out who he was, and we all kind of yelled at him. He shot him. I yelled at him. We punched him a bit, and he ran off.
Wait, no, he knew we were coming here already. We told him we were coming here, and he
So you
still
did
let
tell
us
him you were
go.
coming here.
Yes,
But it
and he
wasn't
let us
his
go.
choice.
So he obviously wanted us to come here.
He didn't tell us to come here. He let us go.
He slowly lowers you to the floor, Grinner, and you watch as he turns up and looks towards the heavens, clasps his hands together, and his eyes glow with brilliant golden energy. Jonor, you watch as he begins casting a spell,
Oh,
Speak with
Arcana this
douchebags.
one?
a divination spell. Could you please roll me an Arcana check
Ooh.
to see if you know which divination spell he is casting?
Just dispel it.
Douchebags.
Counterspell.
To be fair, having just spoken about, I'm going to pay more attention to what he is, and this is literally my jam.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I get advantage on that?
Yes,
on that
I would
Arcana?
allow it. That's a
That'll
natural
be a
one.
That was unhelpful.
And a 10.
So I rolled a
Yeah.
2, 3, 3, and 1.
Can I?
You're banned from rolling.
Can I want to go all in on this. Can I spend my inspiration from when I painted my face green to give this another roll?
To what, sorry? To give him advantage on this roll?
Well, to give him another roll, can't you pass off inspirations?
Well, he already has advantage.
No, or to re-roll one.
I tell you what,
A single re-roll.
You may spend your inspiration for Jonor to reroll. Absolutely.
Go on channel points.
Done.
Oh, that's so selfless. Thank you.
So selfless. Watch him get a
Oh, there we
fucking 2. What are we getting?
23. That's better.
23 is a wee bit better. Jonor.
Worth it.
Can I
I'm
use
gonna-
channel points to give him disadvantage?
Yes. Technically,
Are we
I
gonna
have
have a channel
infinite.
points?
Technically, I have infinite channel points because I'm the one distributing them. So, if you ever did want to start spending channel points in such a way, just keep in mind that I can balance it out very quickly. Jonor, I'm going to throw in the spell for free as well. This creature is clearly some sort of divine being. Much, much stronger than an Aasimar, much, much stronger than many other angelic creatures. You think the Abbot might be a Deva, a powerful, avenging angel, bound in service to a god, who acts as its eyes, its ears, and its right hand in the material plane. When a god needs its will to be done, and it cannot entrust it to mortals, it may send a Deva. Deva are exceptionally powerful. They can change their forms, they can cast very powerful divine magic, exceptionally powerful divine magic. This one, something seems a bit off. Something seems a bit wrong with it. Like it's corrupted in a way? Not fully. It's not been turned into some sort of dark entity. I mean, you know of a Deva that was turned into a demon. Into a devil, Zariel, in the histories of Nostea. There speaks of an angel, not from your world, from another, but cast into Avernus, who eventually became the ruler of Avernus, became a devil-like figure. That's the power we're talking about here. The spell that the Abbot is casting is the spell Divination. He is pouring his divine magic to try and ask a question, to beseech his god for an answer, to know what is the right path.
Oh, good God.
Does he ask it out loud, or is it an internal question?
It is verbal, somatic, and material. He asks it out loud, but he is going to ask it in Celestial, which Jonor does speak, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Jonor, you hear the following in Celestial.
Ooh.
Father of light, my thunder, please, you have not answered any of my prayers. Answer me this. What path should I take? If I go against the ruler of these lands once more, I will be destroyed. Please, guide me. Let your light shine upon me once again. Please.
That's what he says in Celestial. You do not know if there is a reply.
Watching his expression. So I've never seen that happen before. I'm gonna be a bit open-eyed seeing this. Does he react in the period of time following the casting?
You watch as he stays there, hands clasped, eyes open, looking up above, glowing with this white gold light. A minute passes. And then he slowly closes his eyes, lowers his hands, and then looks up at all of you, his eyes now back to their normal human appearance, this sort of grey iris.
I will heal you. Exchange for the bean. All of you. Those who need it. You have food, lodgings here, for 3 days. I dare not keep you here longer than that. After that, you must leave.
Consider it done.
Sorry, I don't have my notes in front of me. How long until the party?
The party's not going to start until the wine is delivered back to Valaki.
No, the one with Damo's dinner party. I think there was 2 nights.
4 days. It was
4 days.
4 evenings.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's time. So
Just out of curiosity, you're going to get us to do a task. What was that going to be? Just so I know how much fun I missed out on via Bean.
There is one of my special projects that I am working on. Yeah, something special. But it is not complete. There are things, items I require to finish it. A dress, a hairbrush, and a tiara.
This is so suspect. I have. Well, I mean, we have 3 days.
The dress is nothing special. Well, it needs to be special, but it is not magical. The tiara and the brush are both magical. I know that the tiara is kept by the Vokta family, their abode. I was going to ask Nikolai Vokta in exchange for his sister's health to return the tiara. The brush we will need to get from Kresk.
Oh, it's convenient. We're nearby, so.
Well, we'll consider doing this anyway. But yes, in exchange for the bean, done.
In exchange for the bean. Done.
And we're not allowed to talk about old mate, is that right?
No, not at all.
What about Damien? Can we talk about
I
him?
know not who Damien is. I cannot speak of him.
Oh, sorry. That's what like the Count introduced himself as to us the first time.
No.
Oh. Okay.
So, can I ask just... I will let you do some funky, fresh experiments in exchange for one question about him.
I may choose to answer or not. Keep that in mind.
All right. My question is, if you had an opportunity in which you could cause him harm without yourself coming to any harm, would you take that opportunity?
You watch as the abbot reaches up again, begins scratching at his bald head. This time, his fingernails leaving jagged, bloody gashes as he scratches away at his skin.
Wants me to act against him, to attack him.
He slowly kneels down on the floor and rolls up into the fetal position.
But fuck, hold on. It's a hypothetical, mate. I'm not saying do it. It's just if you were given an opportunity like that where you wouldn't have anything bad happen to you, would you do anything against him?
Speak not of this.
Well, fuck. All right. Shit. Get up, man. It's all right. No more of that. I'll reach down and try and help him up.
He reaches out an arm, and as you slowly pull him to his feet, he sort of shakes himself and goes,
Well, we must begin with our practice, yeah? Let's get started.
Let's do fix him up.
Yeah, just start with crispy one, please.
Ah, crispy one, yeah? It's a goblin.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just ask again about. So you want to tear all of my skin off, and then what are you going to do?
Going to cast magic to regrow the missing skin.
Oh, I was so worried you were gonna slap somebody else's skin on me. Okay, that's okay.
Oh, if you would prefer, I can do that.
No, it wouldn't be the right shade.
Could you make her hairy?
Yeah, of course.
Like put fucking dog skin on or something. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm happy to wear a jacket. I'm not cold.
But then you would never be cold, yeah?
I've got a good jacket.
Okay. Fair enough.
I get to put all my things in there. Lots of pockets.
Now please lie on the table. Please lie still. Actually, here. I think it's best if we take you into the practice for this.
Yeah, not in front of everyone here in the bedroom, right?
You watch as Nikolai, wide-eyed nods.
And Tithla leads the way.
Luther's gonna pause for a second and go, hold up a second there, Tithla. I don't really want to see all your skin get ripped off. Do you mind if I wait out here?
I thought that was something friends did together, but okay, if you'd like to look after the kids, then that's okay. I'm okay
My
with
thoughts
that.
exactly. I thought perhaps if I poked around a little bit, had a bit of a look around here.
Okay, I trust you. You're one of my best friends. You're top.
You're one of mine.
Top 6.
Top 6. I'm pleased I made it onto the list.
Well, not many people stick around me for very long, so thank you. All right, so that skin thing,
He
eh?
just nods. With that, the abbot will lead you through the set of double doors at the end of the hallway. The next room is clearly some sort of, I'm going to say operating theatre, but medieval style operating theatre. A large marble table stands in the center of the room. The room itself is circular. This looks like one of the towers of the monastery itself that has been converted into this operating theatre. There are many, many tables arrayed with lots of instruments. Instruments for cutting, instruments for sawing, instruments for clipping, snipping, tearing, poking, prodding, ripping, pulling, as well as what looks like an incredibly well set up alchemy workshop as well. Glass tubes, many, many different types of burners and decanted liquids line the far eastern wall. As you step on in, the abbot gently reaches down and takes your hand, Tithla, and you find it warm, very warm to the touch, warmer than you would have expected. And as he leads you over to the table, he helps you up onto the table, gets you to lie down. The table is cold against your skin, the stone almost a little bit icy to the touch. The abbot gestures for some chairs around the room that he slowly helps you guys pull over to sit down in front of Tithla, and then he heads on over to the alchemy table and starts pulling the bottles and looking, judges back and goes,
I would say about 20 kilos, give or take. How much do you weigh, Goblin?
Oh, that's a bit personal.
Yes, I need to judge the dosage I'm going to give you. Too much, you will be dead. Not enough, you will be in excruciating pain.
Okay, well, let's work this out.
And she'll go over and walk over to the tilt scales to work out how much she weighs.
Perfect. There are no scales in this room, so...
I imagine that there was some of those scales. It was like you put the weight on the other side and then it balances out.
Yeah, but not for for items, not for a goblin. Like you're pretty big. You're like a child size.
Okay, well, I don't know how much Tithla weighs, so then Tithla tells him how much he weighs.
I reckon about 20 kilos. It's probably fair.
Cool. If you can't give me 6 names, I can't give you a number.
He slowly pours out some of the clear liquid, takes some strange white powder, crushes it in his hands, and then swirls it around, and then gets a spoonful of honey and pours it in too, gives it a bit of a shake until it becomes this sort of cloudy amber-like liquid in a test tube, and then hands it to you.
Drink all of this.
Is this anything like the milk of the poppy?
Ah, you have heard of the extract of the red flower, the poppy?
I've experienced it.
Oh, well, this is very similar.
Okay. Thanks. Grinner, anything you want me to say to your friends?
What?
Okay.
She necks it.
As you drink it down, Tithla, you
She's
suddenly
looking for
find
Rose and
yourself getting really sleepy. And as your head sort of lolls back onto the table, you fall unconscious.
She's muttering.
Rose, Thorn,
The rest of you watch as the abbot walks on over to one of the other tables, pulls out a pair of carefully designed tissue cutting scissors, sharpens them, gently wipes them clean, and then walks over and goes, well, I will now make the incision up the left-hand side, starting at the sole of the foot. This is rather tricky, so if you could be rather quiet and keep your dry retching to a minimum. He then begins cutting Tithla's skin all the way up the side of Tithla's body. Tithla, while this is going on, could I please have you roll me a D100, please?
I would love to.
That's what I like to hear.
There it is. That's
An
a 40.
enthusiasm. That's a 40. Oh, Jacob.
Bang on.
Let's have a bit of a look.
Yes.
That's not a good number, mate.
Is that not a good number? Why is that not a good number?
Probably got a bit higher than that.
Why would
let's
I
have a
want
quick peek
higher?
around.
We've
lose
already worked
40%
out. We
of the
had
team.
the hottest 100. 100 was the best. One is the worst. Maisie Peters came in at number 100. That's
By
the
that
best
logic,
number.
40's not good by any direction.
It's
You've
just shit.
gone then.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to make it worse because you just played yourself. No. It's all good.
You do you, buddy. You're the DM.
Tithla,
Whatever you say goes.
despite the anesthetic that you've drunk, pain begins to seep through into this dreamless sleep that you were enjoying.
It's just
Sharp.
a paralysis. He still feels everything.
Yeah.
Sharp pain. You're not conscious, but you're not fully unconscious either. And as you begin to feel this slicing, stinging pain starting at your left foot, as it slowly begins moving up your leg, you begin to feel a coldness seep across you. Your heart begins beating faster and faster in response to the pain. Your breathing quickens as you begin hyperventilating. In this semi-sleepless state, you begin to hallucinate. Your village, back home in Nostea, trudging through the snow, the cold around your ankles and legs, biting. Sharp thorns, brambles just underneath the snow, slicing through your feet. Your boots lost somewhere in the snow far behind you. You can see your house. Your parents just in through the window, cooking. Your mum preparing what looks like a mulberry pie. Your father,
My favorite.
your favourite, cutting logs to help feed the fire of the stove.
Too soon.
But the snow gets deeper and deeper as you try to walk through it, the cold moving up your legs. And the house seems to be moving further away. Parents
Mum?
lost as the snowstorm around you begins to cover.
Where'd you go?
Back outside your dream, the abbot finishes cutting up past the thigh and begins to move up the side of the the hips along the abdomen. As he does so, fluid begins to drain out from the side of Tithla's skin, clear with a hint of milky white. Yeah, look, you asked for this. It begins to drain out of the burned skin as the abbot begins cutting. Theodore, Grinner, and Jonor, I think it would be fair to say I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw and possibly a Sanity check, depending on the outcome of the Constitution saving
I
throw.
probably would have just buggered off as soon as the scissors came out, to be fair. This is
Cool.
not a party.
Don't worry then. Theo just leaves immediately. Jonor, 18. Surprisingly, you are taking this like a champ. How's
It's
Grinner doing?
academic to Jonor,
It's
isn't it?
academic. Yeah, this is a dissection, Jonor. I mean, you just blank out the fact that it's your friend.
I accidentally rolled twice, but that actually worked well because I was going to say, can I argue Grinner gets advantage on that given the horrors of war that he's seen?
Yeah, you don't need it though. The 21 was the first one you rolled anyway, so it's the 21 is the
Sweet.
flat roll. I mean, you've seen worse. You've seen field medics have to deal with amputations, like awful things in warfare. This is a sterile environment carried out by what you hope is a professional, as he begins cutting through Tithla's burned and blackened skin. Jonor, I mean, this is academic. You're able to put your mind in this state where you're not consciously thinking about the fact that this is your friend here having her skin cut open by this very strange, suspicious Deva. No one else knows is a Deva. You're the only one who knows this information at this point. But this is also fascinating watching him work. I mean, you've studied good and evil your entire life, and here, a Deva, an agent of the Celestials, is performing some sort of strange surgery. What an opportunity to see divine magic in its purest form. Or at least in a corrupted form that would be fascinating to observe.
So Tithla is sort of feeling this when you're saying her heart rate increases.
You can see Tithla's
breath
breath sort of like her little chest rising and falling as she breathes faster and faster. But she doesn't seem to be moving otherwise.
Yeah, okay. Look, it seems like a bit of a normal reaction, so...
Probably.
That's it.
The Abbot continues cutting along, and as he reaches the top of the neck and cuts through the skin, he then reaches down and pulls out a large bladed tool, which he uses to help scrape around the edges before removing Tithla's skin, which he then quickly places into a trough, a metal trough filled with some sort of liquid. He then closes his eyes, places his hands above Tithla's chest, one hand over the top of the other, and begins blowing softly. His eyes first, then his skin following. Tithla, could you roll me another D100, please?
I would love to.
99! Okay.
So
out
close.
of the two, this was the one you wanted to get right.
Okay, good.
You watch as Tithla's skin from the point above her heart begins regrowing, slowly at first and then spreading out. As the Abbot concentrates, you see runes in Celestial carving themselves in the air around him. But as they begin flowing down his arms, forming these spiral-like shapes at his hands, the magic suddenly starts to distort, the runes taking on this strange, jagged appearance. And as the skin begins to grow across Tithla's chest, you hear the Abbot muttering in Celestial, Jonor. Oh, no, not again. I can do this. I can do this. Lythander, please. Do not desert me, Lythander! As he calls out to his god. Despite the magic slowly corrupting, the sheer power being pushed through, the Abbot manages to keep control of the spell. As transmutation magic seems to start going a bit wild around the edges of his hands, he grabs it tight, holding the weave to his will, bending it to his thoughts and his wish. As Tithla's skin fully regrows, perfectly healed, Tithla, you may remove the injury that you had previously sustained, the burns, the horrific burns, the third-degree burns.
Nice.
And you also avoid a bane, shall we say, which I was really looking forward to rolling. Would you, for the sake of interest, like to roll me a d20 just so I know which bane you might have got?
I would love to. That would have been a 5.
5.
That doesn't seem good.
Okay. Tithla, you would have been walking away with and you said it is.
That's okay. Okay. There are worse things.
Could have been worse. As the Abbot finishes the spell, Tithla, in your dream, the snow suddenly burns away, the light of the sun shining down from above, filling you with this warmth and radiant light. And as you pull yourself free of the brambles, you look down expecting to see your legs cut to pieces, your arms, your chest frozen, but you're perfect. Untouched, unblemished, unscarred. Except for a tiny single point of skin. Right in your chest, right above your heart. Rather than that beautiful emerald green goblin skin, a single scale sits there. Tiny, small, almost like a lizard scale. Grey, yellowish colour. Just sitting there.
First of all, thank you.
You're asleep. You took anesthetic. You don't just wake up. Sorry,
I'm pretty
mate.
sure Tithla is thinking this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Tithla can think this. Tithla can think this. But in your dream, you rush forward through the door. Your parents are there. Your mother smiles, wraps you up in a big hug, her skirts rustling around you as you bury your face in them.
Tithla is in her dream space, bursting into tears.
Oh, Mum, I've been with these most wonderful people, and I'm so glad you're okay. And they've been looking after me, and I've made so many new friends. I know we said that I couldn't
my
do it
love.
before.
Of course we're okay. It's so good to see you. We've really missed you, Tithla. We were worried when we didn't get any letters from you.
I'm sorry. I was away in a place that I didn't know where we came from. I didn't know where we were, and I don't think I could send letters. I'm just so glad that you guys are okay.
Of course we're fine. You look hungry, Tithla. I've been baking. Do you want to take a seat?
Tithla, slowly turns over and is just stunned that there is the table and chairs there, and she goes over and touches the chair, not believing that it's real.
The grainy wood, unvarnished, unsanded, your father having half finished the chairs and moved on to another carpentry project, feels familiar. Feels like home.
Tithla grabs one of the cookies that her mum's put out and takes a bite, and just, again, more tears flow as the feeling of home and the sense of safe for the first time in a long time that she's felt.
2 weeks of in-game time, basically.
Yeah. Or a couple of years, eh?
Back in the real world, you guys watch as a single tear rolls down Tithla's unconscious still form. As the abbot stumbles back, he looks down at his hands and then looks at Tithla and begins sort of patting her over, pulling up her sleeves, checking through her tunic, and he sort of steps back, shaking his head and goes, "It worked. It worked. She's perfect. It worked."
Why are you surprised by that?
Huh? Oh, this is difficult magic at the best of times. It's hard to get right, yeah. I feared that I would lose control, but no, I did it. She is perfect. Untarnished. She still sleeps. The drug that I gave her, the anesthetic, it will keep her unconscious. She's perfect.
I mean, I don't know about that, but you did a good job on the skin.
No, it is unblemished, as if new. Please, gently carry her with me to the bed. We will lay her down with your friend the Voctus, and then we will see about this new liver for you, my friend, yeah?
Alright, yeah, let's do that.
Theo, as you stormed out of the room, not wanting to see Tithla have her skin removed and replaced with freshly grown skin by the abbot, the horrific burns, as you step out, you see Killian and Luther chatting to the Woctors, and they smile as you approach and gesture to an empty bed next to Stella that you can sit down on. Luther sort of looks at you and goes, Pretty dire, I imagine, in there. Not something you wanted to see? I'll take your silence as a no. That was bad then, Theo.
No, sorry.
Was it that bad? You're having flashbacks to it already.
It was dead set to absolute trauma. I did not wish to be anywhere near my dear friend getting her skin cut off by the feet with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, that's why I made the decision to... Sorry. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
I think I was quite descriptive, to be fair.
No, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear another word about that. That is horrific.
I did, you remember when we first arrived, there was that Vestani lad who told us to steal a lockbox from this abbey, and he would tell us a way out of the mist?
That's right, they offered us a trade. We asked someone about that. Didn't they tell us that it was a lie, that the Vestani can't get us out?
Well, yes, but it does also imply that there is a box here that contains something of great value, does it not?
That it does. Something of great value if it was worth sending a group of randoms to go and steal.
That is what I think. Well, the abbot is distracted.
He is.
Did you perhaps want to go for a little look around with me and see if we could find said box?
I think that could be a fine idea. We're hoping to find something of import.
Some things that we could use to help people.
Oh, yeah. He winks back. Probably want to be rather stealthy with this, I imagine. Not draw too much attention to ourselves.
The screaming seems to have stopped from inside, so I think Tithla is healed. I think he'll do Grinner soon after. We'll be busy with that. If they're all our friends get healed, then, well, if we need to run, we can run.
Look, I don't want to get on the wrong side of this Abbot until we know more about him. I think making powerful enemies is potentially a bad idea, especially given that we could do with more powerful allies.
I have plenty more beans to take care of him.
You think you can just trade beans to get what you want with this situation?
Oh no, just like I was going to make him eat the beans or put the beans in his yard or...
Do you think that'll work on him?
Put the beans in his pie. He'll leave Otto, and I'll tell Otto these are super beans, makes the Abbot very strong.
Oh, don't put Otto in this. He's only been nice to us. We don't. Well, if the Abbot's fine, he's just gonna destroy Otto. We don't do that. He's gonna blame Otto for that. That's cruel. We can't do that.
I'm just saying there are options. The bean assassination can be done in many ways.
Sounds like some awful options. Maybe we want to talk about this in a bit more detail before we make any decisions about this. But I'm happy to have a bit of a look around. Do you want to go together or split up and cover more ground?
Probably best to stick together. We don't know what's around the corners.
Yeah, that's fair.
In this literal madhouse.
Yeah, he mentioned something about an asylum. Do we want to go check that out or steer clear of that?
I mean, would you put valuables in the asylum?
I don't know. If I thought people wouldn't go there to investigate, maybe.
Do you reckon this man has an office?
Well, he said he had a practice. Oh, that's that room at the end of the hall. He's in there, though.
Yes, where
that's
is
going to be a
there?
problem. Yeah, that's where he took Tithla.
Well, so yeah, let's check the asylum next.
Where is that? I don't think he said where it is. Do you reckon it's down in the basement? If I was going to keep a bunch of mad people locked up, I'd put them in a basement.
Maybe Stella and Nikolai, no?
Stella? Nikolai? Oh, Stella's asleep. Nikolai? He does, Nikolai. Nikolai shakes his head. No, I'm sorry. I don't know where. I don't know where the asylum is. He mentioned it once or twice. I begged him not to take Stella there, but he said that wouldn't be necessary, that she wasn't bad enough for the asylum.
Does she seem to be getting better?
Well, he gave her something to knock her out and said that he'd do some magic tonight while I was asleep. Said that it'd take a while. It was a long ritual. 10 hours, 12 hours, it seems. So, I'm not sure.
Well, the fee of this is now covered by my magic bean, so...
Yes, oh my goodness, thank you so much for that. I can't begin to express my gratitude, and it will not just be with words. When we get back to Vallaki, even before then, there are things I can do to help you. All of you. There's a safe house. A cache in Vallaki where my mother kept items of value, of interest. I think I'm going to give you the key. Take what you need from it. Within reason, please. But I can't repay the kindness you've shown me and my family. And if it helps you hunt down that gnome Raspip and kill him,
yes, it will.
I'll do anything. And I will be putting a bounty out for that little fuck's head.
That is our primary goal, is to hunt down the Raspip once we get our friends healed, so
The temptation to have Raspip stroll into the hospital.
Well, to be fair, the asylum, great place to start looking for him.
Yeah. No, I when Stella's better in the morning, I'll give you the key, and I'll tell you how to access it.
Oh, that's very good. Well, Luther, maybe we should not piss off. We have 3 days. Maybe we do not piss off the Abbot until Stella and our friends are healed.
Look, I'd appreciate it if there's anything you can do to avoid getting myself and Stella thrown out. I'd appreciate it. Like, if we can stay here and she can get her treatment, that's all I need.
All right, then we'll keep this in our back pocket, and maybe we learn where the asylum is first, and then look into the missing box.
Hey, Jonor. Jonor's inside. Didn't the Abbot offer Jonor a tour of the asylum in the morning?
It did, yes, that's very good. We can...
Let's just tag along, and then when
Yeah,
he's
there's a
distracted, talking to Jonor.
Or you can go on the asylum tour. I can sneak into the practice while he is out there and...
What? If you could transform into something small and inconspicuous, I could keep you up my sleeve, and then as we wander around, if I see anything of interest, I could get you to
Pocket
scuttle on
roach.
over and have a look.
Yeah, you can pocket roach.
I was thinking something slightly more durable than a cockroach, but sure, whatever. Look, if
What
that
is more durable than the cockroach? Like, out of all the animals in the world, it is literally unkillable.
Turn into a water bear.
Yeah, I could do
Tardigrade.
Tardigrade?
If I were a tardigrade. No, I'm.
You're wild check tardigrade.
I mean, that's a good point. Touche, my friend. Touche. Yeah, cockroaches are pretty hard to kill. That makes sense. And I imagine it's a place where you. Well, I mean, I was thinking you probably would see cockroaches around there, but a mouse too, mouse or a rat.
See, I feel like an insane person may try to eat a mouse, but you'd have to be pretty fucked up to eat a cockroach.
To be fair, I think they're pretty fucked up. That's why they're in this place called the asylum.
But yeah, but it's like degrees. Like I think
There's people in sheds who scream and hammer against the walls, and they're not crazy enough for the asylum. Just a thought.
That is actually a very valid point. Or what was less appetizing than the roach?
Like, they'd have to be pretty bad. Why have I become Benoit Blanc from fucking Knives Out? It's just occurred to me.
Alright, well then, yeah, I can pocket roach, and then I guess the next day we can, when he goes, he does the tour every morning. We can go into the practice.
Yeah, I like that idea. He's doing
we'll
rounds
hold
anyway.
tight for today until our people are healed.
Perfect. It's at this moment that Grinner, Jonor, the Abbot, and Tithla emerge from inside the practice. Grinner carrying Tithla, her skin perfectly healed, not a blemish visible, as you remember her. But
even the goblin acne is gone.
No scars. Any scars that you had before Tithla are gone. Any burns, it's like you have fresh skin, like you have been recalled and given a whole new touch-up. You are unburdened with a past tattooed across your skin. Yeah, any tattoos that you might have had are gone. Scars, burns, marks.
Tramp stamp, not the tramp stamp.
All gone. All gone. As Grinner lays you down gently in the bed next to Stella, Jonor, I mean, Tithla looks perfect. Whatever that magic was, powerful restoration magic. Not just lesser restoration. This looks like maybe even greater restoration, but cast without focus, without components, just powered by his own internal magic and the magic of Lythander. Because you heard him beseech Lythander during the spell.
Yes,
in Celestial. Yeah.
Well, I bet you clearly do very good work.
It worked perfectly. She is beautiful. She is perfect, unblemished, untarnished. It is good as new. It is my best work. My best work by far.
Possibly an indication that you're on the right path here. Very good to see.
Yeah, it is. It is an indication that I am on the right path. Otherwise, why else would I have been able to channel such powerful magic? No, you are right. This was the correct decision. This is right. I am doing the right thing. Very wise. Yeah, good. Now, wolf's kidney for Grinner.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Wolf's liver. That is
what I mean, let's do both.
I want the kidneys too.
Well, I said you could fuck around if I got to ask you a question. Well, you didn't really answer it, but I'll live up to the bargain.
Well, if anyone wants to see some real science, the cutting edge of medical science, I will also need some help carrying the werewolf corpse upstairs to strip for parts for Grinner.
I can help with that. Honestly, this seems much less vomit-inducing than the skin chopping, so I'm in.
Yes, this will be far less vet work, as they say.
Sorry, that's a phrase and a half. Maybe that's the title of the episode. Wet work.
Wet work.
far less wet work.
Yeah, we'll workshop that. When a workshop, and then we can get all the people looking for Lord of the Rings. God, that's half a reference. Perfect. Theo, if you want to help the abbot, he's going to lead you down to the cellar to help him carry up a werewolf
will join as
corpse.
well.
Cool. Perfect.
Well, the fact that you chuckle and got all weird when you said down to the cellar makes me think this is going very Catholic Church very quickly.
No. Nowhere near that bad.
I know there's a content warning at the start of this.
This is a horror-themed campaign, but not that horror.
Let's go.
We can't be worse than the Catholic Church. It's impossible.
Horrific, not sadistic.
Horrific, not sadistic. We're not going to even try. As the abbot.
The funny thing is,
leads you-
cut people's skin off as a
heal
fun,
them.
jaunty interlude.
To heal them.
To
heal them.
Somehow the Catholic Church is so far beyond that.
They're so worse. There was no benefit for the things they did. At least this was actual medicine. Like, if you have significantly bad burns, this is one of the ways that you need to heal it, is by removing the dead tissue and replacing it.
Look down to the cellar. We go.
I'm learning.
As the abbot.
Honestly, you knowing that much about medical stuff has really been where the premier horror has came into this campaign consistently.
The intersection of knowledge to create just nightmare fuel is fantastic.
You know how I disappeared for a couple minutes was because I was feeling faint. I'm super squeamish. I
actually took some out with this.
I actually went and talked to Tiff. I was like, "Tell me what you're doing."
How's your day, honey?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Hey, genuinely though, well done on doing that for yourself. Self-care, important.
That great self-care. It's way too late, but if you two also found that horrific and you needed a moment away, I hope you took it. If you didn't, let me know in the comments below.
So kudos.
It's good to know. Good. Okay. So that was the line. I need to just step back a pace or two.
Oh no, go for it. It's just
well, if we start hemorrhaging players, it might be a bit far. Okay. Good to know, Tom. Thank you for the feedback. I will walk it back just a step from the description.
The scissors for it was just so visceral.
Sorry.
Coupled with the cold snow slowly going up your legs.
I thought that was a good metaphor.
It was great.
It was brilliant.
Very visceral.
Because I realized partway through, I was like, oh, I don't think any content warning covers this. I think I need to make it
let's double
metaphorical. No, that's what I was like. That's what I was like. We're going from
abstract this a layer and somehow make it worse.
Yeah.
Right. Well, perfect. That's good to know that we chef's kiss that. As the abbot leads you down. Oh, I'm gonna have to roll back on the description I was about to give for the cellar. Then, if you're heading that way, Jonor.
It'll be fun. Honestly, what you had.
It'll be fine. Tom, Haz is speaking
Go
for
for it.
you.
Go for it. She's all G.
Grinner,
To be
Jonor.
fair, Jonor stayed in the room last time. Even Theo, like the character himself, left.
That's true.
Between Tom and I here, we have like a 0% like stay in that room rate.
It's true. It's true. Oh my god. Grinner, Jonor, and Theo. As the three of you follow the abbot back down into the main hall the way that you walked, he leads you down through the spiral stone staircase into the cellar. The cellar stretches quite a long distance, a large stone corridor stretching into darkness, but the abbot doesn't walk down the corridor at all. In fact, he takes an immediate right-hand turn at the bottom of the stairs and clicks his fingers, lighting a wall sconce with this sputtering yellow-red flame, yellow-orange flame that immediately lights up. And as he opens the door into a large stone room square, you can see what can only be described as bodies and specimens, some of which have been partially dissected and decanted into jars, some of which are still fresh. Snow and ice has been packed around them, blocks of ice, clearly transported here by maybe the mongrel folk, maybe himself, maybe he creates the ice. But this room is much colder. The second you step in, a chill seeps through your clothes, clutching at your chest, your breath steaming in the air in front of you. He looks over the mixture of mongrel folk, humanoid, and beast forms before reaching down and slowly dragging a slightly chopped and cut open body of a human, but partially through the transformation into a werewolf. The arms beginning to elongate, hair growing through the skin, the muzzle just starting to push out from the face, giving this strange, very odd appearance. The canine teeth having just started to grow through, ears elongating, and the eyes, the golden eyes of a wolf. Ah, yes, fascinating specimen, killed partway through the transformation by the wonderful guards at Kresk. This is a sample I have been looking forward to experimenting with, and I had no inkling of what I should do with parts of it, but this is a great use. I've kept it here preserved. Please, if you would help me carry it upstairs, Grinner, we will fetch the organs for you from this beast.
Alright. I guess I just kind of grab
the arms.
this guy by like a wrist.
The arms, I take the legs?
Yeah.
He leads you back upstairs and into the operating theatre, into the practice.
Abby, Mr. Abbott, Tony, perhaps. Where did you acquire all of those bodies?
Some of them died. Most of them died of natural causes, and the people of Kresk knows that if anyone is to perish, that if they will hold off having a funeral, I will perform rites over the bodies and perform a funeral for free, no cost, in exchange for time with the bodies to understand sickness, injury, and one day even pull apart the mysteries of life and death itself.
Rad.
It is an agreement that we have come to, the villagers and I.
Well, as long as it's all above board and everyone's agreed to it, that's wonderful. I was just... Don't worry, let's continue up and...
I do not practice the vile form of magic known as necromancy. No, that thing is disgusting. I have no time for it. It's a foul abomination. This unlife.
You did mention that you would, if he died, you'd bring him back, and necromancy did come to mind, so I'm kind of reassured you did say that.
Oh, no, I do not. I abhor the necromantic arts. They are spit in the face of my god. And of
So
my
how you gonna bring me back if I die then?
Well, there is divine magic that can reanimate a body if it is to fall.
Oh,
If the spirit is not fully left, then it can be tethered, held in place to the corpse.
Oh. Well,
Reanimate. Is reanimate just to stop it from dying, or to
Just a word. Rejuvenation is a better word to describe it. A restoration, if you will.
All right, restoration sounds much better.
Oh, fantastic! We've had an NPC points redeemed. Brune Brassax. Yes, send message through Discord. I'll bring in the NPC shortly. It's probably next session, given that we're almost reaching our finish time for tonight, and I want to make sure we get good time with the NPC. Perfect. As you are led back up into the operating theatre, we're going to jump back in with Tithla for a moment. Tithla, as the anesthetic begins to wear off, as you begin to slowly move out of this deep, unconscious sleep into a light, more dreamful slumber. The memory of your home begins to fade. The memory of that dream of being once again with your parents slowly begins to disappear as the dream fades away into nothingness. But that sense of longing for home remains. And as you move into the next dream, you see a castle. Spires rising from the earth itself. Tall, angular, gothic. On a hill, a tiny town overlooking it. The sun shines above. There is no mist, no darkness, no twilight. And you see the castle is still under construction. Townsfolk moving to and from the village, up towards the castle, finishing off some of the turrets, finishing off the crenellations, parts of the walls. Standing before it, you see two figures. Men. One with dark black hair, one with this light gold blonde. They stand, shoulder to shoulder, the blonde one with his arms around the darker one, as they stare up at the castle, smiling and laughing. Something seems familiar about the one with dark hair. It's shaggy, down at his shoulders, not pulled back in any sort of braid or any sort of ponytail. But it does look familiar. They look young, maybe 20s, maybe early 30s at most, as they stare up at the towers being formed. What would Tithla do? At the moment, you're standing on the bridge, looking up at the castle before you.
How far away are these two figures?
Probably about 100 feet at this point. Far enough that you can make out vague features, but not close enough that you can see details.
Tithla would probably try and have a look. Do the people look happy?
Yeah, they seem to be smiling, pointing. You can hear distant laughter ringing in the air.
She'll grab someone that's walking past nearby.
Hi, I'm Tithla. Who's in charge here?
Could you roll me a D100? I want to see who you grab.
Absolutely, I can. For you, anything. That's a 3.
3.
We're going all over the spectrum today.
As you grab at the shoulders of a figure, a smiling face turns towards you. Familiar.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh, hello, tiny child. As you look up into the face of Blinsky.
Oh, that's okay. I thought it was going to be Humanus.
I wasn't going to do that to you. As you look up into... Although your dream state could... Oh, I didn't include the toys from the Toy Shop episodes in this
Oh,
roll
what a
table.
shame. Moving on.
Dang. As you look up into the face of Blinsky, he smiles, goes, "Yes, child. Hello. How can I help you?"
Oh, hi. How have you been?
Good. We are working hard. I'm looking forward to going back to my toys, but in the meantime, look, it is a giant toy castle. Well, it's a real castle, but it's also like a toy castle, but a real one.
It's for like the people who play with toys castles.
Yes, exactly. It's like you can be a toy inside of it. It is so big.
That's so cool. How come you're over here and not in your shop?
Well, I was in my shop.
But you're not now.
No.
I'll note. No. Okay. Why? And if
He
you
just
say
shrugs.
to make the castle,
He doesn't say to
still
make the
gonna
castle. I was
have
tempted to do that.
questions.
He just shrugs.
Okay. Do you know who's in charge here?
Of course.
Who's in charge here?
Lord von Zarovich and his 2 sons.
And his 2 sons.
Yes,
I'm
of
sorry,
course. The brothers.
Who's Lord von Zarovich?
He is a recent arrival in these lands. Some may call him invader, but I like to think of him as our new lord. He thinks
And what were his sons' names?
Strahd and Sergei.
Strahd and Sergei. Okay. And is that them over there?
Of course, they are overseeing construction on the new home of the von Zarovich family.
Okay. Do you know what the date is?
He says something, but it seems muffled.
Okay.
Like you can't quite hear it or understand it.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, that's worth a shot. Okay, thanks, Blinsky.
Wait, before you go.
What's
It's
up?
very important I give this to you, yeah?
I don't know. You're giving it to me.
He reaches out and hands you a tiny Tithla. You, alive, and as you blink, suddenly you're looking up at a massive toy version of yourself, holding you, as you are suddenly the toy.
Tithla checks for like the little bit on the palm of her hand where on the toy that she had of her that she would have made a cut to like indicate that was hers. that she then has given to Strahd when
There is
they were
no
all
cut on the toy hand.
Okay, so it's not her actual toy. So she's now the big toy, or it's in front of her?
You're now the tiny version of yourself that the toy version of you is holding. If that makes any sense.
Understood. So I look up and there's a real Tithla holding.
Your viewpoint suddenly shifts. So Tithla is handed a toy version of herself, and then they swap places. So now a giant toy Tithla is holding a real little Tithla, as if you've swapped sizes and locations. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
It's a dream. It's going to be fucking weird.
I know, absolutely.
Toy me. Can we go say hi to those people? Pointing over at
A new Tithla toy. This is great.
And she begins like shaking you, and then goes holds up to her ear to listen.
Stop shaking me! Stop shaking me!
How did it know to say that?
There's a snake in my boot.
The toy Tithla pulls off your boot and shakes it to see if a tiny snake falls out.
Okay, no snake, put it back on.
You watch as a whole bunch of snakes tumble out of the boot.
Okay, don't put it back on. Too many snakes,
She goes to put it back on.
No. Okay.
Tithla, it's at this moment you feel the fabric around you getting bigger and bigger as you begin to fall inside of it, shrinking away. And you wake, the sheets being slowly pulled up to your chin by Nikolai Wachter. As he looks down, as your eyes open up, you see Nikolai above you. He goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. I was just tucking you in. You looked cold.
Thanks.
You were like writhing around." And...
Yes. No, thank you. Where's Theo?
They're just in the next room. Grinner's getting a new kidney or liver, I think. I'm not going to pretend to understand what's happening.
Okay. Okay. Can you just stay here for a minute?
Yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for you and Stella as long as you need.
Okay.
Killian, who's on the other side, nods and goes, I'm here too. If you.
Oh, Killian, come, please sit.
And she'll like tap her bed.
Yeah, sure.
And she'll
Yeah, no, I've got a comfy chair, but I'm happy to sit on the bed if you like.
Yes, please.
And she'll like sit and put her back against the wall and just sort of hold herself in like a semi-fetal position with some people around her.
Are you okay, Tithla? You look great. Your skin looks perfect. I think whatever the Abbot did, it's worked brilliantly.
Yeah. Look, yes and no. I saw home, and then I wasn't home, and it was the same as home, and then I saw the Lords, and then I saw his brother, and then I saw me holding me, and then there were the snakes in my boot, and I just need a minute.
I think you were given some sort of medication.
Just
Tithla?
Yep. Yeah. If it's anything like the root of the poppy, then I know that that's just for pain, and it doesn't do hallucinogens. I don't.
Killian reaches out a very awkward hand and pats you on the shoulder, and then like leans in for a half hug before leaning back out again.
Tithla wholly embraces him in the hug, and
Killian sort of looks a bit surprised, but then
she's doing that like teary where someone's then shrugging.
Hey, whoa! It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. It's okay. You're okay. You're all okay.
I'm okay.
There's no snakes in your boot. Your boots are on the ground. I'm looking at them. No snakes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna just kick them away for the minute, and then
I can
we'll be okay.
put them outside the door if you want them gone.
I need to see them. I need to know where they are.
Okay. In case a snake crawls in. Perfect.
It's out that I'm worried about.
That's fair. Let's jump back with Grinner, Jonor, and Theo. Back inside the operating theatre of the Abbot, Grinner, he gestures for you to take seats and then gently lies you down onto the table before slowly unbuttoning your vest and then your shirt. Or gesturing for you to do it as well if you prefer to do it. Yeah, cool. I figured that was something very good too.
I'll undo it. How do I explain this? I'm thinking as loudly as I possibly can at the Abbot.
Okay.
Because this dude's got like a lot of shit going on. I'm trying to telepathically communicate with him.
What are you trying to telepathically communicate with him? A man who at this point has shown no telepathic aptitude, and you, who have no magic at all.
Exactly.
Or
So this dude's hey, this this dude's got like a whole bunch of magic that Grinner doesn't understand at all. So why can't he hear thoughts? Is his thought?
Is that what you're thinking at the Abbot?
No, I'm thinking at the Abbot. Can you hear me? Oi! Oi! Baldy! Can you hear me?
In my mind,
Hey.
I'm imagining you're just Stewie from Family Guy. Abbot, 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 Abbey, 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 Abbey. Holy man, holy man, holy man.
What?
Prick, prick, prick. There is no response to your beamed thoughts that you shout inside your head.
I don't think he could hear me.
What was that, sorry?
Hey, no, can I have a word with you before you start rummaging around?
Of course, yeah.
Just, you lot, do you mind if I speak to him for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, if you do, please. Sure.
I won't be long. I won't be long.
You want us to leave?
Yeah, is that all right?
Or do you just want to keep thinking very hard instead?
I don't know what you're talking about. You wouldn't either.
You just look
You
very
wouldn't.
concentrated.
You had your thinking face on.
Alright, I pop.
I won't be
Yeah,
long.
same.
Right. Before you do this,
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring up anyone that we're not allowed to bring up. Right?
Good.
No one's going to get brought up. What about the other one? He's not the only big bloke around, is he? Can you talk about the other
He
one?
shakes his head.
It is the same story as the first. You have to understand, my hands are tied. I am locked between these two. Allegiance to one is treachery to the other. I've had to play a very careful, specific game.
He begins scratching at his head again. Pulling at the
I'm
ball
going
that's
to
rubbing its chest.
grab his wrist. Just, all right, I get it. Let's just stay calm.
I am calm.
No, well, no, you are. You're just a little bit fucking neurotic. Right. Just, here's the thing though, right? What we're here to do is to get out of here. What we're also here to do, if we can pull it off, is to make sure that everybody else gets out of here. Without saying anything about who or what it is that we're doing, I will let you rummage around and you have full access to all of my bits and pieces for whatever fucking experiments you want to pull over the next 3 days, if you choose our side when the time comes.
You watch as the Abbot pauses for a second.
But you don't. If I side
It's as
with you, then
simple as that.
I am betraying both. It is the worst possible choice for me.
Yeah. But we can help you get out as well as everybody else. But what we need to do is put an end to this bullshit because it's been going on a very long time. If we can end this, we need as many friends as we possibly can.
I cannot make a guarantee that I will side with you right now. I know nothing, next to nothing about you. And I do not know whether you have any chance of success if I play my cards with you.
Well,
Put my
that's
love with
all
you
right.
right away.
if,
It could
if
all be
that's-
destroyed.
Sure. If that's the way you feel about it, then you don't get to rummage with all my bits and pieces.
But we already made a deal for the new liver.
Yeah, you can fix those bits, absolutely. But, you know, I've got arms, I got a brain. You wanted to fiddle with all the brainy bits, didn't you? I got a heart, fingers, eyes, tongues.
It's just become an anatomy lesson as Grinner lists parts that he remembers he has.
Yeah, or things that I've seen fall out of other people.
No, wait, tonsils. I lost him. Just,
You've got 3 days, mate. No need for an answer now. But you have full access.
3 days. I have 3 days to think. Let us start with the liver. I will assess the quality of your peanuts and see if there are any things that I want to play around with. Yeah, this is fair. Yeah.
If it's icing on the cake, and I don't know what it's worth, but this is pretty jumbled up. It might be worth learning some things about. And if you need to, if it's got a silver deal for you, I'll give you free access up here too.
That is a tempting offer. Perhaps I would need to know what your plans are, what all of you can do, what your capabilities are, if you have any chance of defeating most of these creatures.
Let's not go into anything about that, because you're not allowed to talk about it right now, but you just have a
we are
think.
talking about you, about what you can do, what you are able to do.
Well, what we could do is gather enough people together to make this work. You seem like you could do some shit.
Lions.
We could.
Like my words, conclave. Yes, this could be. This is what Lythander wanted of me. Why he gave me the power to heal your goblin friend. We shall see how your replacement liver goes today.
Yeah, all right. I don't know what a concave is or what the fuck you're talking about, but sure.
I don't know what a convex is, mate. No idea.
Right, well, if you want to call your friends back in, I think we should begin. Perhaps once we are recovered, we can talk about the options for what we will do with the rest of you.
Here's the thing, right? Our deal, they don't know about it. You help for whatever your reasons are. You help for whatever your reasons are, but they're not going to like this deal. They care about me, and if I could get everybody else out, I'll do it. But I don't need to know about it.
Fine. I can do that. I can keep this just between you and I.
Yeah. All right, you lot. I need help.
I need help is a specific phrase. Do you guys burst in the door expecting something wrong?
He says it casually.
Yeah,
he does.
For him, not really.
We can't offer the help you need, Grinner. We can be present though. Perfect. Jonor and Theodore, you watch as Grinner lies down on the table, unbuttons his shirt, and the abbot reaches down and slowly begins extracting the kidney of the werewolf. Grinner, as the abbot walks over to you, he hands you a bottle, very similar to the one that he gave Tithla, but a much larger dose. Tells you to drink it all down. This one, though, he doesn't add the white powder to. This time he adds a blue powder.
I can't swirl it around, sniff it.
It smells like
and
honey.
I eye off the kidney. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the kidney is not the largest organ.
Well,
but it is bigger than yours is right now. It is larger because it has been transformed partially. It is halfway between man and wolf.
Yeah, but I thought you were taking out the liver. Is that what is that?
Liver. Did I say kidney before?
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
No, this is a kidney. Sorry, this is a kidney.
All right. Down ouch, I guess.
And Grinner drinks the whole bottle.
A tingling numbness spreads through you, Grinner, but no sweet release of unconsciousness for you, just the loss of all sensation in your body.
Right, so just like any other bottle.
It's a powerful moment. Take a moment to let that seep in. The abbot then reaches down, pulls out a long scalpel, makes an incision in your abdomen, and then pulls it apart, reaches in and pulls out your liver, severing
Holy
it,
shit.
tying off sections of it. Yeah, you can still talk.
I thought you were just doing the same trick as last time. You cut me open, you bastard.
It's much too large an area to be able to pull the whole thing out. I can only pull little bits out. So this is the easiest way to do it. Plus, this way I can make sure all the tubes are connected properly. Also, please don't speak. I have to focus. Yeah?
Oh, all right. What's that?
With that, he takes the liver and just goes and just shoves it in there, pushes it a bit. Yeah, pushes it down a bit. And then with this long, thin metal rod with like a spoon at the end, he just like pats it down, gently nudges bits in, and then reaches over with his hands and begins channeling that same magic through into the wound. Grinner, could you roll me a D100, please?
Hell yeah, I can.
Come on, give me a good roll.
Oh yeah!
Give me a good roll. 25.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Oh, good. Grinner, could you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure can.
Let's see. Come on.
Get lycanthropy.
That's an 8.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
Natural 2.
Grinner. As the magic begins sealing over, you watch as the flesh and the skin regrows to cover the cut. But it's not your skin that regrows. A patch of darker skin with light grey-brown fur, long and thin, grows over, sealing the patch closed. And as it does so, Grinner, you feel fire in your veins burning through you.
Is it supposed to hurt?
Oh, there should be no pain. No pain at all. Come on, please. Lysander, do not desert me in my time of need.
As he begins switching to Celestial again.
What's he saying? Why is it burning?
Jonor, you watch as the magic surrounding his hands, this time he can't keep it contained. He can't bend the weave to his will. And the magic goes wild. The runes pushing through Grinner's flesh, etching away inside of him. As Grinner, your beard begins to grow a little bit. You feel your teeth in your mouth shifting and moving. And your eyes, the brown begins to bleed to a soft orange yellow.
Something's wrong.
As you say that, Grinner, you suddenly look up and you see Rose standing there, her eyes wide.
Grinner, something's really wrong.
Yeah, I know.
And you watch as her face begins to push out into a muzzle, her arms elongating into these wolf-like claws as she throws back her head and screams. And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
No, not okay.
Not Rose.
Ah, fun.
Is that what you were calling it?
I think that's a good place to wrap up for tonight. I think that's perfect. I don't think we're going to get a better cliffhanger than that.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean?
Oh, we'll have to wait and find out. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed
Gave
tonight's
two
session.
children lycanthropy is what it means.
If you're watching this on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go raid another lovely channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're one of our lovely members, a member of the Tempest Guild on YouTube, you have watched this episode 2 days earlier than anybody else because you get access to episodes as soon as I upload them. No waiting for a schedule. You get them straight away. And more than that, you get channel points, like the channel points Bruin Brassax just spent on creating an NPC. If you can't catch us live on Twitch, don't worry, because if you're a YouTube member, you get those channel points as well, and you can use them to create NPCs, monsters, as well as give our players advantage and disadvantage. Something Grinner wishes he probably had for that Constitution saving throw that he just had to do.
Yep, can also do achievements, like perhaps give children lycanthropy.
That would have got all the players advantage right now, creating an achievement.
Get through an entire campaign without giving two children lycanthropy.
That would have also been an achievement. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It is lovely having you all here. We will be back on Wednesday with Return of the Giants, but until then, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again really, really soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.